want to share something and just put it out there about stories, especially the story of your life. My grandfather passed away when I was 9. And one day I was in the truck with my dad, and he told me, he said, they're going to make a movie about your life. And I said, really? I was excited. He said, but you're not going to be in it. You can't play in it because you're retarded. We're just going to take all the funny stuff you said and give it to your half sister. And the movie will be about like her, but you won't be in it. And I said, that's not fair. And he said, life's not fair. So we pull up to my grandmother's house and he just throws the truck in park and he goes, get out, go on. My little hands got the door open, crawled out. I was, you know, 9, I guess, 10. And I shut the door, and before I could get inside the house, my grandmother was coming out of the house. She said, sweetheart, go in there, sit in my chair, and put your hands over your ears. I said, yes, ma'am. So I didn't really put my hands over my ears, and I tried my best to look around the corner because that was a sight to behold. She whooped his ass from one end of that house to the other, drug him, slung him, and then she got me and she said, what did he say to you? And I told her what he said to me. And she said, don't you ever let anybody else tell your story. And I'm not going to. After that, I figured out how to fight back. The next time I was in my truck or in Dad's truck, I owned everything. So if I was in it, it was mine. And we're going down the road, and I don't really remember what he said, but he reached over and grabbed my leg, and that like woke me up, or like I wasn't paying attention. I just shut everybody out. And when he grabbed my leg, I jumped up in the seat, and I hit him as hard as I could in the side of the head. And I said, do you know what that was for? And he goes, I think. And before he could say think, I hit him again. I said, I don't need you to think. I need you to know. And right now, you need to know who you're talking to. I told him my grandfather did it, that he jumped in and used my arm to hit him. And he believed that. That he could believe because he thought it was his father that did it. So that's what I started doing. People would think I was Pat, and it would scare them. Yeah. And I'm the one that they tried to say was crazy. I welcome any psychiatrist, psychologist, anybody. Come have a conversation with me. You will see that I'm not crazy, but for some reason, my story is worth a lot to other people. But me, the person, I'm not worth a whole lot. That's obvious. But my story is mine, and it's worth to me more than it will ever be to anybody else. So if you don't hear my story coming from me, then it's not my story. I have all of my memories. I can time travel. If we need to talk about something from my childhood, I'll take us back there and we can talk about it. And it was shitty. And I don't care who looks bad when I tell my story, because there's parts of my story that make me look bad because I made wrong decisions. But that's life. That's what we do. We get up and we keep going. But when you've got something and somebody just wants to take it, a story, an idea, anything, let them take it. Because if they weren't the ones living it, and if they weren't the ones who thought up the idea, they're just going to take it as far as they can take it. They'll make some money off of it, but it won't be theirs. It'll be what they did with the little bit of your talent that they took from you. Call it sharing. But when it comes to just straight up wanting to take somebody else's identity or who they are, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to be anything other than who you are? Why would anybody want that? The real problem I have with what has happened to me so far in my life is the way weaker, kinder, gentler humans are treated. They're treated the worst than anybody else because people think it's okay. There are still people like that in the world. I've thought we had evolved past this, but we haven't. But we're getting there. My story helps people. I've lived through horrible things. I'm not bitter. I have no regrets. I have a bright future, as we all do. But there are some things that we should be allowed to keep for ourselves. We should all be able to be just whoever we want to be, not what society wants you to be. Please don't be what your family tells you you are. I'd have never done anything. I'd have never accomplished anything. I have so much more to accomplish. I am not done. My life's not even half over. And I want other people to protect their story too. Own it, love it, live it. Write a new entire chapter every day. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to live. We're here to connect. Nothing nothing past that is even necessary. Everything past that is just you drawing in what's good for you. Your frequency will set what you attract into your life. So set your frequency higher so that people will meet you where you're at. Ignore what doesn't align with you. You don't have to protest it or fight against it. Just ignore it. It'll go away. the people that don't serve you, the friends who aren't really friends. Just let them go. Keep the ones who were there for you when you needed somebody. Let the rest fall away.